when we want to pitch somebody or we want to refer somebody a product or service, aka pitch them, we want to be at a certain point in a relationship where they trust us. Otherwise, it would be in vain. They would not listen. For example, you're driving down the car in your street. You see some random guy comes up, knocks on your window trying to ask some money. Most likely you will not roll down the window because you do not trust them. Why? Because they are a stranger. That's the level they are within the relationship. All right. So when we going in to help clients, we want to understand where are we at in this relationship. Welcome to Essential Tools Entrepreneur. This podcast is about inspiring, motivating entrepreneurs and teaching skills to pay the bills. In this podcast, you will learn everything it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Things like sales, marketing, employee management, more marketing, and more marketing. And I am your host, Eric Williams. Hey, this is Eric Williams, and welcome back to Essential Tools Entrepreneur. And this is episode number 4. In this episode, we're going to go over Killer Technique 3-step rapport building method. Now, I know I said last podcast, the next podcast I was going to talk about on what questions to ask, but I realized that it's very important for you all to understand this concept before we start asking questions, because once you understand the concept of the 3-step rapport building method, now you begin to ask better questions. You can perform those tasks better. So pretty much when I look at the 3-step rapport building method, is something that I kind of through my career of sales, of, me being involved in sales and just in relationships, period, I kind of just structure this out. And basically what it is a stranger, acquaintance, a trusted advisor. You want to go from being a stranger, moving to an acquaintance, moving to a trusted advisor. Now, once I get to a trusted advisor, I can now refer a product or service, aka pitch them, right? So when we look at, what sales is, it's all about communication. It's all about a relationship. We got a man and we have a woman, or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, right? And basically they're exchanging words, right? Coming from their brain, coming from their minds. And it's different levels of relationship. And when we want to pitch somebody, or we want to refer somebody a product or service, aka pitch them, we want to be at a certain point in a relationship where they trust us. Otherwise, it would be in vain. They would not listen. For example, you're driving down the car in your street. You see some random guy comes up, knocks on your window trying to ask some money. Most likely you will not roll down the window because you do not trust them. Why? Because they are a stranger. That's the level they are within the relationship. All right. So when we going in to help clients, we want to understand where are we at in this relationship. All right. How much rapport have we built? So let's start with the introduction, the first phase. When we meet somebody, it's in an introduction. And basically all we do is we tell them who I am and we tell them what we do. Right. Who I am, what we do, and what we do, or what I do, should be sort of like a benefit that fits their goals. For example, if somebody has a broken computer, I walk up to them, I say, hey, my name is Eric, I fix computers. And if they have a broken computer, they be like, hey, I need my computer fixed. And what I can now further that relationship now to being an acquaintance. Does it make sense? For example, when we look at something that I did when I was in college, I literally walked up to random women because I would kind of want to test this out. And I would tell them, I would walk up to a woman and I would be like this. I'd be like, hey, how you doing? My name is Eric. And I was just walking past and I noticed your dress. And I just wanted to tell you, you have a very beautiful dress on. Right? I walk up to them, tell them who I am, or give them a compliment. And that compliment can be about anything, what they're wearing, how they look. Women love that stuff, right? And every time I did that, I had the opportunity to further that conversation if I wanted it to. A lot of times I would say it and I would just walk away. And then next time I see them on a college campus now, I already built some type of rapport. That woman always looked at me and she acknowledged me. She always said hi. So now I got my foot in the door. I had the opportunity to continue that if I wanted to, right? AKA get the digits, right? So nevertheless, that's the relationship, just having a good understanding. Where am I with the relationship with this customer? So if I'm going in on this appointment, I want to understand the intro. Tell them, hey, hi, hey, my name is such and such, and this is what we do. This is what I do. And when we tell them this is what we do, it has to have some sort of, it has to make sense. That, it has to be a benefit of something that they're looking to. So once we do that, we move on to phase 2, which is now we are an acquaintance, right? So in an acquaintance, what we want to do now, we just want to educate the actual, the customer. We want to educate them now. All right. We want to educate them. It's very important. Any time you want to pretty much, sell people anything. Well, let's stop using sell. Anytime you pretty much want to refer a product or service to somebody, it's very important to educate them, because when you educate them, now it puts you in the proper position for the next phase. Because when I educate you, now you're like, man, this person knows more than I do. So now I'm acceptable to listening. Not only am I listening to you, I want to listen to you, which is very, very important. So it's very important to educate your customers, educate them. Now, you introduce who you are. It has some sort of benefit in their future goals. The goals align and match. Now you're educating the customer now. You're telling them this, you're telling them that, different features, right? And you're asking these questions now so you can properly educate them. You can properly educate them, what to educate them on. So once you have properly educated them, you are now a trusted advisor. They're now listening to you. They want to listen to you. They're ready to listen to you. Now you can refer a product and or service to them, right? Now you can refer a product. Now I can refer a service, right? AKA a pitch. So that's the level you want to get to. You want to get to that level where you are a trusted advisor. So what I'm going to do in the next podcast, I'm going to do what questions to ask, and I'm going to do it within this concept. Basically, I'm going to just give you a big example. I'm going to give you a big example of, you walking into a situation and you go from intro, you go to an acquaintance, to a trusted advisor, and then you make the pitch. All right. So that's it. That's all I have for you in this podcast. Again, this is episode number 4. Stay in tune for episode number 5, because we're going to go over what questions to ask and kind of give you a big example. All right. And that's it. I'm out. And there it is. I have been your host, Eric Williams. Thanks for checking out Essential Tools Podcast. And don't forget to go to my website at knowledgeandbusiness.com. The more you learn, the more you earn.